guys, Father Time here. It's March 9th, 2024. I'm going to show you how to fly the FSI Panel Delta Flight 540 in the IniBuilds A300-600. Let me show you what I did before you got here. If you haven't flown the FSI Panel profiles, welcome aboard. I'm just one of the consumers. Retired American Airlines pilot. This is what I did before you arrived here. Went to setup, opened up FSI Panel. Before you open up the Microsoft Flight Simulator, collect statute miles and pounds. You can set up your final downwind base legs by using this. Like if you want to go to left downwind, short final, you would define it here, what that would be. We're not going to do that today. Cockpit flows, you can select a button or keyboard here. Do you want to set a keyboard combination instead of a joystick button? No, because I've already set up a I'm going to do this on the hostage stick here. I'm going to do the trigger, and that's the one I want to do. What this does, guys, it if you click on your, now in my case, the hostage trigger, which is my nose wheel steering controller, all the checklists and you just click the checklist that you want come up. It's pretty cool. Be after takeoff or before landing or after landing. Also, there's some other things you can do. Database is good, by the way. We're good till March 9th. Take a look here. Landing reports. After you land, you can see how bad you did. Mad Dog set up. These are the aircraft that are covered fully by Flight's FSI Panel. More are coming. I sound like I own the place. That's JP runs it. Great guy, pilot, captain for a large airline in the Middle East. Anyway, I'm going to click on PMDG 7.3. These are full color coverage. Mad Dog, PMDG, fly-by-wire in Phoenix. Others, I'm flying this today. He's got the IniBuilds in there. You can do the after landing checklist. Click that just by retracting the speed brake. After landing checklist gets done for it. It's got a beta MCDU program. Some of the others, these guys up here, Mad Dog, PMDG, Phoenix, will load the entire FMC, everything. It's real cool. But go to his website for all that stuff. But anyway, here's the others. And I've selected after landing. My auto brake default is low. And flaps. Why this is important is that if you were to beam to one of these positions, it would reset all those for you. So you set what you want here. Okay. Scenarios. When you first sign on, you'll have this, nothing. Obviously, you would want them to help you with auto-tune the next frequency on standby. It's really cool. This airplane does it. Push to talk enabled. That's to, just like VATSIM. In this case, I'm going to select the button. I'm going to say, I'll do my, let me see here. And I'll use my Boeing yoke. I'm going to click whatever button I want. I'm going to use the trigger on my yoke. And I'm going to say Boeing yoke, select button. There we go. And whatever lights up, you push that. I've selected my number 1 button, which is my trigger on my Boeing yoke. Say again button comes in handy if you miss a transmission. You select the button, just click on it, go to whatever control you want to use. I'll use my nose wheel steering. Click the F2 key on my hostage stick. Oh, it's number 2. Press that. So I've set up my push to talk and my say again. Audio edit, set up for ATC. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'll use voice and text. You can use only text, only voice, which is more realistic. Voice and text, I'll show you what that looks like. It's a little easier. We'll need that. Okay, open Scenario Manager. Remember, this is before you ever sign on to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Select your aircraft. If you find the Phoenix A320, PMDG, or Mad Dog, you select one of those. But here, I'm generic all aircraft. And we know that the A300-600 has some special features on it, which is cool. If we find the Delta Airlines 540, which I want to fly, it's LaGuardia to Atlanta. Got time to talk about it as Microsoft Flight Simulator boots up. Origin Airport, cruise altitude, difficulty moderate plus, it's a 3. Difficulties are here. I flew this Air Corsica from Marseille down to Colby. It's got a circling approach. I circled the wrong way. Don't know if JP put it up as an example. If you do a real nice one of these and narrate it and make a video, JP will put it up as an example for the other guys. That's kind of cool. If you're a streamer like myself, as light streamer as I am, you'll get some publicity that way. It's kind of cool. Delta 540, emergency occurs. You must have, it has to have your push to talk button active. Okay, download the scenario. We did that. I already know we did that because it's already in green. Okay, then you go to SimBrief. SimBrief comes up. I've already done it. I'm just going to show you what it looks like here. Why isn't that coming up? SimBrief. Here we go. And it downloads the flight plan. It's real important to use the flight plan they tell you, because it's going to put in the correct runways. In today's case, they need you to fly on 13, so you're going to go aircraft type. In today's case, on the A300-600. I know Microsoft Flight Sim is ready, and there we go. 300-600 default aircraft. Do the IniBuilds. Runway. He needs you on 13, arriving 8 left. You do that, and you generate the flight plan. I've already done that. That's what it looks like. Real important though that you download the flight plan, fly the exact route that's on the flight plan. Open the lesson plan. I'm going to tell you, I'm not proud with this stuff. I write it all down. Let me show you. Delta 540. I've done several of the profiles. I've got the frequency, the ATIS, the weather, the clearance, a lot of stuff on here, because you're a one-person cockpit and a two-person airplane. It's real cool. You can read through the profiles, and 2-hour flight, LaGuardia, Atlanta. Remember, you don't even have to download it. You can go through and see which one you want to do. 2-hour flight. You're gonna go FSI profile for the weather, 540. I'll show you that in around 1 p.m. 1 p.m. You're going to be on runway 13, Delta Terminal C anywhere. We'll go to gate 66. I've done this a couple of times. I'm ready to try to make a video of it. Weather preset, FSI 540, aircraft weight and fuel. Aircraft may offer full functionality. The big deal is I'm going to start out with engines, the power on the aircraft before we start FSI profile. I copy all this down. The clearance, it's going to be the LaGuardia 7 Coney climb, Lana. It's going to have some other special instructions. Here's a company NOTAM. The weather here is LaGuardia is 2965, Atlanta is 2987, and the weather's similar at both places. If we make it to Atlanta, Dulles is closed, and why would that matter? Because use DCA if required. Wonder why. That's halfway to Atlanta. Start MSF and LaGuardia Delta Terminal C, any gate, preset weather, make sure the aircraft's power, start the scenario. Now, skip ahead, I'll have this chapter. Skip ahead to the before, take the pre-flight checklist if you don't want to see the tips and spoil it for you. You can go through and see the scenario. We'll be here at gate 66 in Delta Terminal C. It's going to be too small for our aircraft. It's going to go nose to the right, taxi out, Alpha, hold short at Echo, Charlie, Charlie, Golf. That's our taxi clearance. You can find out ahead of time what you're going to be doing. You can also find out ahead of time, guys, a warning. This is what's going to happen to you. LaGuardia is a very difficult profile for a number of reasons, which you'll find out. LaGuardia 7 Coney climb, you'll not find this procedure in the FMC. You'll need to find a way to fly it correctly. It's very important to turn right on the heading 180 to intercept the 043 inbound and remain clear of JFK airspace. You'll see JFK off your left wing. We'll take a look at that. After that, way down line, 150 miles or so, radar vectors to intercept the Pottstown 059. So you get warned about that. So I've looked up Pottstown at 16.5. That's important on the Airbus. Tells you on the Boeing, the Airbus, but this is the A320, not the old Airbus, the A300-600. Well, gonna have a medical emergency, divert into DCA. You can get the weather on 2345 and go on in. Boeing, Airbus, nope, diversion to DCA. You're gonna fly the river visual, yikes. You can put in the RNAV and do it visually. You can try to do it using the RNAV. Your emergency and pretty much follows the exact ground track anyway. River visual across Fergie at 6 miles, DCA 1800, 4 miles 1500, 3 miles 900. We'll try to do that as JP did. mention. Now, there's a couple of funky things that happen along the way. I'm going to close these out because we're not supposed to start this till we get going. That's what you do before you ever sign on. When you sign on, you select your airplane. We're going to go with this one, aircraft selection, liveries. It's going to be a chartered A300 by Delta. Let's do it in Airbus colors here. We've got Airbus selected, and we're going to go out of LaGuardia, and we're going to go to gate 66 right there. Yes, I did try this already. And remember, we got to set the weather, flight conditions, preset, and you go to preset. You slew down to where Delta 840 is, which I just did this morning. 540, I'm sorry. And then you go to, we said 1 o'clock on the weather. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Ballpark, guys. Ballpark. Right there, 110's fine. That's your profile. You're ready to go. Boot it up. I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please subscribe and like. I'm hoping this goes well. I can publish it, and JP can use it. It's one of the examples. I've done a couple others for him. Boston, LaGuardia, Boston, Marseille, Calvi, and a few others. On the Mad Dog and on the Airbus. A lot of fun. Makes for good video. It's got live ATC, and he's actually doing a whole new thing that's going to be really cool, where he there's options. You actually select the way you want the profile to go. Smart guy. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. Very responsive. If you send him an email, he'll monitor your site if you do it. He looks for, if you put FSI Panel 2020 in your video on the profile, he'll somehow find you. But you can contact him as well, and he'll help you out. He's really, really responsive. Cool guy. Works a lot when he's not doing this stuff. So be patient. Anyway, we'll be back. Cold dark airplane. Here we are. IniBuilds A300-600. I have 5,000 hours in this airplane in real life. IRL, as you young guys say. I'm 65-year-old retired American Airlines pilot. See, Airbus Industries, I went to Toulouse in 1988 to train on this thing with American as a first officer. I just retired September 6th of 2023, so about 7 months ago. What an adjustment. That's 6 months ago, isn't it? Put myself on Social Security. I do this as my hobby. I don't golf. Do a bunch of other things to keep myself busy, but I'm loving this. I'm mentoring some guys over on my Discord channel, but real nice community if you want to go over there. Guys are great. Very, very safe place to be. Anyway, let's see. I'm not the most immersion proficient guy that you're going to run into, but I certainly am not going to find a more experienced pilot, that's for sure. I do bring that to the table. So we're going to go to ready to fly. As I mentioned, cold dark airplanes. Take a look around outside. Let's just see it from outside. Here we are. How many frames per second? So much better at night. You know, my wife streams a lot for her work and everything, and man, it kills my production sometimes, but she doesn't care. She said, listen, old man, what are your priorities? And she's right. So I'm going to push back, nose to the right, taxi out alpha here, all the way up, echo, hold short, and take off on 1-3 like that. Babu. 180 heading to intercept the Kanashi 223 inbound. Guys, it's a hard profile. It's going to take me a while to set it up. I'm going to bring you around for the whole ride. It's going to be a 2-hour and 15-minute video that will be bookmarked. Okay, let's go back inside. Nice and quiet. Walk in the cockpit. Take a look around. Beautiful job, IniBuilds. Circuit breakers are all in. Ropes are on both sides. Windows are closed both sides. You got the crash axe. You got the halon fire extinguisher back here. You got the light bulbs. This is the windshield wiper fluid. You got the pressure breathing equipment back down in here for fighting a fire. Life preservers behind the seats. This is the maintenance panel, and where the old engineer used to sit. Took up a lot of the cockpit here. when they built the A300 from the A300-600. It's really an A310 guys stretch. My type rating is in an A310. Got this jump seat right here for the first observer. Big cockpit. Nope. Big aircraft, small cockpit. That sounds disgusting. So then you come down here. I'm going to get this out of the way. Come down the middle. We're going to check the fuel levers off, radar is off, throttle's idle, thrust reversers are down, the flaps are up, speed brake levers down, gear handles down, up on the overhead. The wipers are off. We're going to put power in the aircraft, so I'm going to have these ready to go. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, we got external power. That's cool. So I'm going to go battery switches on. All three. Guys, I'm moderately proficient on this, even though I have 5,000 hours from 26 years ago. And I'm going to put on the external power. Get the coffee brewing. Get that coffee brewing. All right, that's all you need to do for now. I'm going to go down to the box. All pilots are always rushing down to get this box initiated. I'm going to go to menu. I'm going to go to ACARS. I'm going to go sim brief. Pending. Ba-boom. And I'm going to go DAL 540. Put that in. And clear out these guys. And now what I really need to do is to go to the overhead. All the way up top. Turn on all three REUs. 1, 2, 3. We don't need the HFs today. Turn those off. And we've got a 10-minute line going on, the line mode. And down here, align the IRS. That's the most important thing you do here. I'll fill out this first page here. And cost index is 100. Get rid of this. Cost index 100. Keeps coming up with all these things. There we go. Sorry, guys who fly this thing know that's what happens. So we get LGA to Atlanta. It's aligning. That's all you have to do to get yourself started. And let's go to the EFB and get ourselves fueled. The GSX. Gonna get the refueling truck on the way.
This too small for your aircraft.
Yeah, I know. I'm too small for my aircraft. I'm too large for my aircraft.
The refueling truck is on its way.
All right, so let's go over here. Electronic flight flag. And we're going to go my flight. Start off here. Import from SimBrief. There we go. Through operational flight plan. Yep, that's it. Close it up. You get your checklist over here, right? We're not going to need that right now. I'm going to go ground equipment. We've already got ground power toggle. Chocks are in there. I'll don't have to do anything here. Something you could put your ground equipment if you wanted. I'm going to go to weight and balance. And update from SimBrief.
Fuel truck is in position.
The reason I do this, nope, I don't want to do that, is, guys, update from SimBrief. Why is it an update? Come on, big guys. There it is. Apply load to the aircraft. There we go. I was looking down here. So we got our weight and balance going. We don't have to do takeoff data just yet. Aircraft maintenance, anything needs to be done. Maintenance fuel panel. Maintenance panel, fuel panel. What's that? I don't know. Maintenance panel, reset slides. No. Oil. Service oil, that's 80%, 97%. Blue, green, yellow hydraulics, good. Replace brakes, no. Replace tires, no. I take a look at that. It's sort of like reviewing the logbook when you get to the checklist, right? Navigraph, I'm not going to sign on to it. If you wanted to, naturally, you could. I guess I am signed on. So I can do KLGA and airport, KLGA. Very nice. Airport 10-9. The cool thing is on this one, it actually will have the aircraft position on it, which is really cool. So anyway, we're all signed into Navigraph, all signed in there. Settings, if you want to mess with anything here. Father time, that's my checklist. Everything is set here. IRS align time is real, 10 minutes. Default thrust, 1,500 feet. That sounds good. Anyway, you get the idea. Those are all set. Make sure those are set. Done with all that that stuff that's there. Not going to calibrate the throttles. No, sir. So external power is connected. Fuel feed, manual control, IRS align. TCAS is standby. All right, let's go to the overhead. Knock out the overhead. Now let's go all the way to the top. Upper overhead. IRS is aligning. Flight recorders, ground control. Spoiler flick. These fault lights are normal. Pitch feels normal. Servo controls low pressure. That's correct. Hydraulic pit, blue, green, yellow. Fluids good. We've got all our lights set here. We've got our HFs off. Cockpit door control, channel 1's out by the internet. That's all good. We're at 12 o'clock on the emergencies. Let's test the fire. Let's just go to the normal overhead view. We'll check here. There it is. Fire handle. And check the ICAS messages. Punch up the light. I can't do it for you, but that's how we do it. And turn that off. We're all happy there. Batteries are all on. Everything's good here. External's good. These two generator lights. IDGs, low oil pressure, high oil temperature. They would trip. Pitch won't align until you get the IRS aligned, but we'll turn on the auto throttles and the yaw damper. Truth is, American didn't turn on the auto throttles to a different runway. Engine anti-ice, wing anti-ice is all off. We have nav on 1, right? That we did that already prior to start. Let's leave it on 2, doesn't matter. Prior to bringing power in the aircraft. I'm going to start the AP, so I'll turn on the interpang pump number 2. Stand by secondary landing gear indications, green, those look good. This is the 8 cars panel. It's VHF-3, fully functional VHF that you can actually use if you have trouble with one of the other radios. We're going to start the APU, so I'll start the fire test there. Squib. Could have checked the ICAS for that ECAM. There you go, 2 fault lights. ECAM action's good. You got the master warning. Punch it off. Light goes out. Okay, and come back up. Thank you very much. There's a reading light. Fuel, leave those on for now. We're fueling. Ignition's off. APU's off. We can start the APU now, guys. And the reason I'm going to do that is, and I've got the fuel pump on. We're going to board right away. Let me go back up here while I reminded myself about that. And I'm going to get
this
the
parking
passengers
is too
board.
small for your aircraft. Boarding requested.
No, too small. Okay, so boarding requested. So we're starting. Right, and windshield wipers are off. All the way up top here. Cockpit door is locked. Oh, the air conditioning vents, overboard exhaust valve for smoke. Squib is good. Fire. I'll get that in a minute, guys. There we go. Oh, fire, master warning. Yeah, board crew, both.
Pilot's boarding starting.
As I mentioned, this will be all bookmarked for you. Oxygen, let's get that on, and we've got all in the green. It's 70 degrees, 1,100 pound pressure on there. Cargo fire, all that, so it's good. Probe heat we get after engine start, but window heat we get now. I am not an expert on the airplane anymore, and this is the pressurization control panel. We're not in manual. We'll go with system 1. You can change the system 2 if you wanted. We'll go in system 1. Usually it's the pilot flying. We go ahead with that. All the way up top. Pack temps are good. ISO valves are good. All down here. APU bleed valve. Packs are good. Econ flow is not selected. 1% more fuel burn if you do. I'll try on the APU bleed valve because we got the APU power, which means the bolts and freaks are good on the aircraft for that. I'll turn the emergency lights to arm, annunciator lights test, CD. Sounds like the Wizard of Oz, doesn't it? Oh, deal, I don't know why. Any light bulbs that you find, you call maintenance to change them yourself. Of course, you can't rent the sim, right? That is one loud pack noise. Not great for streaming. Anyway, there we go. That's all good. Still aligning, so I can't really do anything with the push of control panel. Transfer lights are all out. We check our oxygen down here. Come back in here. We'll do the bugs in a minute. In here, I'm going to set my altimeters 2965. 3 times. Looks good. Within 70 feet of field elevation. You can hear the people boarding back there. And it's loud. Set your clocks. There's ways to reset them, match them up, date, time also. Anyone want to flag VSI, no one want to flags. Coming across the middle, cage the standby attitude indicator. Flap slide indicator is 0. Standby altimeter is good. Anti-skid is on. We'll get the auto brakes later. Checking the accumulator pressure. That's good. At least 1,000. We'll do the takeoff down in a minute. Landing elevation down here. American Airlines land is a little higher. What is it, up 900 feet or something, 800 feet? But we did our, we left it at landing elevation. So we'll be diverting to Kennedy or LaGuardia. About halfway over, we set our landing elevation as part of our cruise checklist. So we're going to leave that in. Landing elevation here is 10 feet. Okay, we'll just leave it at 0. This, for now, we'll just go with, we'll just leave that here. Flex temp, and we'll figure it out in a minute. Down the middle. We'll get that in a minute. Got a lot of work to do down on these VORs. Spoiler handers down, reverse flap stop, throttles idle. Total levers are good. Fuel control switch off. Park brakes are on. We'll get the brakes in a minute. We'll get the transponder in a minute. And rudder trim is 0. And everything else is good. Then we come to the box, finish loading the box. We're going to go to flight plan. We're going to go to LaGuardia. Do the next SID. We don't have a SID. It's going to be LaGuardia 7. It's not on there. Just leave that in there. Insert it. It's Lana. And then we go all the way down. Look at that J48. It's already loaded for us. Go to the last fix, flask, select star, and we are flying the Aussie 1 to 8 left. Aussie 1, flash transition, 8 left. And looks good. Turn. Let's see if I did that right. Aussie 1, flash transition, insert, right, and 8 left will be in there. It's good. So we got that set up. Back to an in. Next page. Fueling's complete. 39.8. 0 fuel weight. I'm looking here, guys. I'm just going to read out, drag it over here so you can see what you want to see. 245.7. Should be a 283.3, 245.7. Clear those out. 245.7, 284.4, but taxi fuel is 2.2. Doesn't want to do it, does it? Do this in this system. That's good enough. Put in taxi fuel at 2. For whatever reason I want to do it. You can put in the alternate fuel. It's in there already. Final fuel's in there. And here we go. 0 fuel weight CG. I get that off the EMD. And I go to weight and balance. 0 fuel weight CG is 28.0. and the cruise altitude is 300 for the FSI profile. All right, so page 2 is complete. Next page, we're all good. We're all loaded up. We've got the flight plan loaded up. We will check the reference, aircraft status. CF6-80s, I flew these on the Airbus for 5,000 hours, MD-11 for 2,000, and 76-300. I had them 5,000 hours on the 7675, between 200, 300, and the 75. I don't know how many hours I have. Probably 9,000 hours on these airplanes on the engines. We're good. Today's, as mentioned, March 8th, and it says March 21st. Otherwise, you can switch them around here. Select them, move them up. We go to the flight plan. Up here, we go to plan. Back to the box. We walk through. The reason you're doing plan is that way this will move along, the box will move along with you. Walk through the whole flight plan, J48 blast, the arrival. We'll check all the points and crossing altitudes along the way. Top of descent, all the way down, no discontinuities, ILS, 8 left, and then you go to Prague. You check the distance, 719, the destination, and you can see that here, 731, that's reasonable. That's how you do it. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? Let me go back here now and go to map mode. Looks like the boarding is complete. It sounds quiet back there, doesn't it? Okay, so are we aligned? Let's see. Okay, we're aligned, so we should be able to get the flight directors on. Oh, there's a reason why those aren't on, right? Confusing my airplanes, aren't I? I'm going to turn on the pitch trim. And let's get rid of the external power. We get rid of the external power of the EFB. I quote here, because as soon as they hear that APU starting, they come over and they ask you to disconnect the external power. All right. All right. Get the doors closing. Assume that they're going to do that with us, and we're good. All right. So we're all good. Boxes checked, and we're going to set the glare shift control panel now. Oh, good. My Logitech panels are working. Don't take that for granted. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to set 112.3. How do I do that? Let me see. I'm going to go to nav 1. How do I do that? Let's see. 12.3. See if I can work this out. The reason is, guys, the reason we're doing this is, remember, we're going to do Canarsie, and we're going to intercept 223 inbound. Not easy to run this thing. Canarsie 223 inbound, which is going to tell us 180 heading until intercepting 043. I might as well get that on both sides, right? Just in case I want to have the map on one side and the nav on the other one. 223. Sorry you had to see that. Stuff isn't easy. It really isn't. I'm an airline pilot. I was, anyway, for many, many years, and it wasn't easy. So we're going to do the 180 heading. Do this. The heading can work. There we go. 180 heading. And altitude 5,000. And a couple of special things I have to go through with you on this. I'm going to show it to you. See something here? Yeah, I make sure my flight controls are working before I get much further along. EFB, over here, performance. Oh, no, we're on runway 13. There we go. We're going to get the wind. I've already written this down, remember. Let me see, 170 at 14. That's what's on the ATIS. Remember, it's that pre-package. It's not the live weather. So you can't just go to Navigraph. 170 at 14. 170 at 14. And then outside air temperature is 18. 18. You can do this on here or on your home keyboard. Altimeter is 2965. That fingers touch the 0. Sorry about that. And weight is takeoff weight is 283, 265. 283, 265. There we go. And flaps 15's on, air conditioning's on. Calculate. Oh, it gave us a flex power takeoff. You guys see that? 53, 39, 39, 42. 39, 39, 42. 139. 139. 142 is going to go in the window. Big thing before we go over there is 12 feet field elevation. Climb power at 1,500 feet, excel at 1,500 feet. You can change that if you wanted over here. But, and then 53, and you go over here and go this. Flex temp, 53. We always, at this point, when we get that set, we'll go to the TPS to look for the reasonableness for the 102.1 before we do anything else. And then set in your E2. And then here's a real key point. You guys aren't Airbus proficient, like I'm really not anymore. 142 is fine. What this is going to do, as far as the airplane goes, when you're in takeoff mode, which you will when you're in flex takeoff, it's going to maintain this, or whatever you break ground with, up until this altitude. All right, so you can clean up altitude. So you can actually go here, see the arrow going up, boop, preset, and put in a speed. Usually it's 250. Why am I putting in 230? Let me show you. Oh. Sorry about that. The reason I'm putting in 230 is I did this profile. I'm telling you, this profile is not easy. All right, I should probably pause the video while I do this, right? It's painful. 230 and below, so yeah, that's good. Leave it alone, Captain. 5,180. And down here I have 12.3223, and I'm going to go in rose mode for the intercept. Trust me on this one. It's a quick intercept, 180 heading. You get the 223 course inbound, 223 course outbound out of Canarsie. Really important to have that on rose mode as you do this. Now, on the box, here's a little tricky you can do here. Your clearance is going to be Canarsie, but I don't want you to just go in direct Canarsie after takeoff. No, sir. Oh, that's not good. It's not Canarsie. Canarsie's CRI. And then they want the, before you go there, they want CRI 223 course inbound, 043, and we'll go like 8 miles. And the good is just continuity. So what this is going to do is going to go, we're going to do right turn turn. This is just for the map display. And after Canarsie, we cleared this, it's the 223 outbound. So it's this CRI, and I'm just going to throw in random. It's a long way to Lana. So I'm going to go 223 at, I don't know, 40. And leave that discontinuity in there. So that's the inbound. Let's take a look at the map. Maybe you can see that. Never thought about showing you that. Gotta go to plan mode here. There we go. So we're gonna take off on runway 13. And if you take a look here, we're just gonna use this for a thing. We're gonna go a 180 heading, 223 inbound, 043 radio, 223 inbound, 223 outbound. You can see that I've got it set way out there. And we'll be able to go nav once we get established. Well, I'm going to do the initial intercept and heading select. I just call me old school. I like that better. So I'm going to use Rose mode on there. Okay. We could see here. Okay, that's the initial intercept. Let's get our clearance. So now I'm going to go over to FSI panel. Open that bad boy up. There it comes. Remember, he did all the preloading, all that stuff. You guys now know that. FSI panel. There we go. And nope, LaGuardia, make sure that's right. We got the Airbus A300-600. Remember, we had no aircraft when we started off. LaGuardia, everything's good there. Airline flights. Select the flight. Greening, it's already downloaded. And start training. Here we go. How hard can it be? Well, didn't work out the first couple of times. My fault. All right, so 2345, clearance delivery 35-2. All right, so 2345. Let's go to the radio panel. $23.45. You guys see what I'm doing here? I'm doing on number 2. See over here, they already tuned 35.2. 23.45. Remember, because I set that automatic feature. I think that's really cool. It's like having a real FO in the simulator. Nice job, JP. Come a long way around, guys, because it's not going to cooperate. 23.45. Over here, we're going to have 21.5. We'll always monitor guard on the right side, so we'll have that in here. I'll play a little in real life type stuff here. This takes up half the video, something is 21.5. Come on, man. Long way around. 21.5, 23.45. Here we go.
Runway 4 news. Departing runway 13. Advise on initial contact. You have LaGuardia at his information. LaGuardia Airport at his information Alpha. Wind 170 at 14. Visibility 10. 4,000 scattered. 8,000 scattered. Temperature 182.12, altimeter 2965, ILS runway 4 news, departing runway 13, advise on initial contact. You have LaGuardia at his information Alpha.
Alright, information Alpha, guys, monitor guard over here. Now we're going to get clearance on this side. LaGuardia clearance, Delta 540, gate 66, information Alpha, request clearance to Atlanta.
Delta 540, very good morning. You're clear to Atlanta. Runway 13, LaGuardia 7 departure, Coney climb. Expect vectors to Potsdam, range of 059, then as 5. Climb initially 5,000 feet. Expect flight level 300, 10 minutes after departure. Squawk 2254, and your departure frequency is 120.4.
Okay, Delta 540, clear to Atlanta, runway 13, LaGuardia 7 departure. Coney climb, expect vectors to Potsdam 050, 059 degree radio. Then is filed. Climb maintain 5,000, expect 300, 10 minutes after departure, squawk 2254, departure creek 120.4.
Delta 540, readback is correct. When ready for push, contact ramp control 131.475. Bye-bye.
Ready for push, 131.475 for Delta 545. All right, so we've got, let's go down to the throttle quadrant, try that one. Sorry, guys. And go in here, go in, get this set, 2254. See what I'm doing here? 2, 2. I know, it's painful. TARA and 120 for 4. They got a ramp set over here. Remember I set that auto free? Let me go back to EFB. And I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go ground equipment. And I'm going to go arm all doors. But first I'm going to go to the overhead. Oh, let me try this trigger. It's kind of cool. Let me try this. No, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. It's my thing. The 4-star. Pick that. That's my trigger. That's cool. So let me try that. See what they did for me. You go to the overhead. Before we start, right, we're going to go fuel pumps all on. They did that. This is for after start. We're going to go beacon on. They did that. Yeah. All right, cool. That works good. LaGuardia ramp, Delta 540, gate 66, pushback.
Delta 540 ramp, good morning. Cushion start approved, facing northeast. When ready for taxi, ground point 7. Have a nice day.
Delta 540, cleared to push and start, face northeast. Contact ground 217, when ready for taxi. Good day. All right, so let's do this, guys. Come up here, GSX.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Yeah. Prepare for pushback. What it should have done this a little earlier. We know that. I'll be right back when they're ready to push. Jet bridge is going back over here. Nice. Let's go outside.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
No, you're not. Not ready, brother. You got a ways to go. That was cool. Nice job, IniBuilds. Great airplane.
Departure check completed. Bypass bin inserted.
So little disco dance for you. Old school. Waiting for the pushback. Yeah, I'll bookmark all this stuff. So you can skip through a lot of stuff if you want.
Locking gear.
It's a good review of the A300, not the best guy. On the IniBuilds A300-600. I'm a real pilot, and I did fly a lot of time in this thing. But there are guys who really are up on this thing. I think I've done about 15 videos on it. If you got to subscribe to me, wouldn't mind if you did that. Like the video, comment, please comment, offer any suggestions, things I missed. Guys that fly with me know I'm not sensitive. So I've already got the 4-star checklist going. Yeah, so that little trigger I pulled on my yoke did the nose right? There we go.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push.
There we go.
All engines clear. Start at will.
All right, so start at will. Let's go to the overhead. We're gonna we'll go crank A because the captain's flying. We'll go number 2 engine, start that first. Start valves open. Come down here. Oh, before we push back, guys, we should have actually checked the status page normal up here. That's good. And we'll check the engine page. And we should have checked the doors arm. Would say all our slides are on. All right. Back to engine page. And there we go. Max motoring. We got oil pressurized over here. That's good. You want to start it before you're the oil pressurized, right? Get that bad boy going. I'm going to be looking for a 246A. Around 200. 20 on the N1. 400 on the EGT. 6 on the N2. 60. So 2468 is the oil. You want to make sure the oil gulp takes place, which is not modeled on most Microsoft Flight Simulator aircraft, but it will drop 4 quarts down to 15 after engine start. It'll come back in on engine shutdown minus what you burned. 2, 4, 6. Looks good. Let's go back to the overhead.
Set parking brakes.
Stop valves open. Brakes are set. Up.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Yeah, let's get rid of them. Thank you, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. Please disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
All right, there we go. Motoring, we're good. Got oil pressurized. Starter up. Starter up. You guys have problems with your rudders not working or flight control? They learn to check those early on. Hello. All right, 2468. We're not going to need engine ice after start because we're above 20. We're above 10 rather, with no visible moisture. So you see that 2, around 4, around 6. Gulp the oil. There we go. Once again, 2468. Back to the overhead. What do? We turn on the Pro-B.
Tow truck disconnect.
Thank you to the APU. Go back to continuous for takeoff. Shut down the APU and the APU leave out. And let's go flaps 15. 15. Set that. We'll go to the flight control page down here. Watch this as we move the rudders while we hold the tiller, so we don't hurt anyone downstairs. We wouldn't do this until they were clear. And elevators all the way up. It'll take about 6 seconds. No big hurry to do that. Stop to stop. Everything looks good. And there he goes outside. We'll turn around and give us a salute. I thought, oh, he's gone. We would have flashed our taxi light. But anyway, speaking of taxi light, let's go to the overhead. Let's get nose to taxi. Right, everything looks good there. And we do have an EFB checklist. Let's run that, make sure we got whatever they had on there. There's also one up here, you know that, right? Which is really cool. For starting, pretty thorough. Impressed. But these are the basics here. My flight checklist. After start. Spoilers are armed. Nope, they're not, actually. Now they are. Auto brakes to meet max. Looks good. Anti-skids on. Windows closed and locked. Beacons are on. Parking brakes set. Hitch trim after start. We've already set all that. You can see that it's supposed to be at 0 according to TPS, and it's at 0. We'll check the takeoff config here. There it is, takeoff test normal. All right, good. What could go wrong? Let's do this. Let's see if there's an after start check or something. I'm going to click that trigger I talked about, right? After start, look at this. Isn't that cool? After start, engine on the hand signal for takeoff. Let's do that all right here. Flight controls, flight instruments, briefing. We'll do that on the way out. VOR, start, takeoff configuration. Transponder is set. We did that. TCAS, TAR, we did that. Auto brakes back, ignition as required. That's before takeoff. And I'm going to go up here, and I'm just going to do it now. While I'm thinking of it. I know. We'll just go like that. All right, so, okay, taxi lights on. 21.7, set automatically. Kenny Granham,
Delta 540, route hello, taxi Alpha, Echo, and over short runway 4.
Alpha Echo, hold short of 4 for Delta 540. All right, brakes are off. Here we go. 40% breakaway thrust, otherwise you need ground supervision. On the Airbus, that's a pretty good movement. You can see that the gauge is right there, it's 50. There we go, 40%, we're moving. Once you get moving, you can usually bring it back to idle. Unless you're really heavy or it's real hot and heavy. All right, it's going good. Going good. Now, if you remember, guys, I've got to maintain the 223 course. I'm going to do a 180 heading. So takeoff, the way I'm going to do it is 40% toga, which is down here, and the real throttles, of course, is down here. We're going to use this little button that IniBuilds has provided. Get takeoff power set, takeoff plan B1, rotate, blah, 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 400 feet. Heading select over to 180, I'll get the autopilot on because it's going to be a lot. And then I'm going to use heading select to intercept off the RMBI in towards Canarsie. Once we're established on that 223 inbound, 043 radial, 223 course, I can go direct Canarsie nav, and it will maintain after Canarsie at 223 outbound. I'll show you that. And then we'll wait for further instructions from FSI Panel. See how this goes. On our way to Atlanta in a Airbus livery, A300-600. Delta never flew the Airbus. American had a lot of them. We had, I want to say 35 of them. Of course, we lost one tragically in 587. Lost a bunch of friends on that one. Terrible accident. But we eventually sold them. They were a great cargo bird. A little stiff on the wing, bounced around a lot. Didn't have a great altitude capability. Airbus has since improved their wing. This was really a stretch, as I mentioned earlier, A310. It basically moved the engineer's panel to the overhead from the A300. And then the A310, this is a stretch. When I got my type rating on this over in Toulouse, I was flying the 300-600 when I get home, but it was in the A310. That was my type rating, A310. We're going to go up to Echo, which is the last taxiway. And see the shack over here. Remember, I'm training you to fly this profile. That one right there. It's Charlie, they're going to clear us on. It's right about where that fire truck is. Right before that, there's 3 taxiways after you cross. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. And that's right in front of the fire station. Now you know everything I do. So in here we briefed the takeoff, right? I kind of have briefed the takeoff, right? 3,000 in sector. I would talk about going over to Kennedy as opposed to coming back in here on a 7,000 foot runway. Kennedy's got a minimum 8,500 feet, maximum 11,000 over there. So we would always go over to Kennedy or Newark. That has a couple of large runways too. Waiting for instructions from FSI Panel, Kennedy, LaGuardia ground.
Delta 540, cross runway 4, taxi Echo, Charlie, Golf.
Delta 540, clear cross runway 4 via Echo, Charlie, Golf. All right, just like we talked about, love it when a plan comes together. Here we are in Echo. See, it's the last taxiway. Trying to help you out. So JP has asked anybody who flies the A300-600, fly some of the profiles, send them to him, check them out, report back, see if there's any problems. Pretty cool. They're going to do, as I mentioned, I'm kind of excited about it. I love this program he's got going on here. Oh, by the way, we should be clearing left and right before we cross, right? Left and right, yeah, that's clear. All right, Charlie, this is Alpha, Bravo, Charlie's all the way down at the end, and they don't like it when you stall out on the runway like this, Captain Marvel. Let's get off the runway. They would be yelling at me. Let's move it along, Delta. Right. All right, right here on Charlie up here. Not that one. right before the shack. Now you know. Taxi's nice. The IniBuilds A300-600. All right, this is Charlie. He said golf. It's up here. Hold short of 13, which is up there. Usually a lot of aircraft on this parallel taxiway, perpendicular taxiway. Flight attendants prepare for takeoff. Do that at least 2 minutes prior.
Delta 540, contact tower, 108.7.
18 cent for Delta 540. Alright, my FO changes the radio. LaGuardia Tower, Delta 540 is ready for takeoff on 13.
Delta 540, tower, hello, runway 13, then up away.
A lot of away, 13, Delta 540. Hello. Alright, so I'm going to click my little trigger down here. And line up flow. There we go. And it does everything for me. It's getting the lights on for me. It's not clearing though. We're going to clear final. Looks good. Pretty cool, right? I go up here, just so you believe me, put on the landing light, and turn on the other one. Might be the lineup because they just do one of them. Got the continuous on for me as well. Final is clear. That's the lined up flow. See what they do for the takeoff flow, right?
Delta 540, wind 17015, runway 13, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 13, Delta 540. Let's go click on our stick here, line up flow, after takeoff, landing lights on, packs are on. That's it. Look at that. I love this stuff. All right, let's get out of here. Close that out. Going to bring it up to at least 40%. Once it gets up above 40, where it is, go Toga. And we're looking for 102. I find these pedals really sensitive unless you put a little bit of nose pressure down on the IniBuilds. Looking for 80 knots first of all. Thrust is set. 80. And you got thrust blue. It's called thrust blue. It's going to be D1 and rotate. D1's 138 and rotates 142, 138, but D2 is 142. D1 rotate, 2 to 3 degrees per second, staying on center line. Positive rate off the altitude indicator, not the VSI. You're up. And that's my yoke, guys, going crazy. That's not good, guys. I'm going to go up. There we go. Hold on 1 second. That is terrible. All right, so there's our heading select, 180. We're above 1500. You go auto on the power, on the climb. We're above flap speed, flaps up. And climb power is set. Yeah, my yoke has been doing that. I don't know if you guys ever have that.
Delta 540, contact departure, safe flight.
Delta 540, see it. Remember, it's 230 knots until doing it. I want to go slats retract first. Departure Delta 540 is out of 2,600 or 5,000.
Delta 540 identified, climb 9,000 feet.
Climb to 9,000, Delta 540. All right, slats retract. After takeoff checklist. And we're going to 9,000, guys. Now I can go level change to 9. And we've got to see the course coming across. Let's go all the way over here. Go 223. Right about in there. I'd have to overshot it by the time I make Kennedy's way over here. Once I'm confident I'm on the course, I can go to 250, and it's 250 to 11, so it's 230 till you establish 250-11 according to the climb. I should have shown you that actually. So there's the 223 course, overshot by a little bit, but it's coming across nicely. I'm not going to go nav until I not going to go nav until I am on that course. Then I'm going to go direct Canarsie. Go. I'm going to come down here, go direct Canarsie, insert, and nav. And you'll see that that's going to fly that course nicely. And once you are happy with that, we're in nav now. We can go to map, which I'm happy. That's good. 8 for 9. Remember, it's we have to maintain 250 to 11 on this departure, and there you are. It's going to fly the 223 outbound. That's it. Yeah, I don't like when my yoke does that. The only way I can get out of it is to kind of move the yoke around a little bit, and then go back to my preset view. Hopefully this works nicely. All right, I have takeoff checklist, please. And we do that spoilers arm. Oh, we can do it with our check, right? After takeoff. They go the spoilers disarm, motor brakes disarm. Continuously, did they get the ignition for me? Yeah, because I don't think they use ignition. Good, all right, cool. And we'll see what they have for us next here. I'm going to go out a little further because remember, I just set this point out. The Canarsie climb, the Coney Island climb, not Canarsie, that's Kennedy. If you go to the, I should have showed you this earlier. Sid, it's the LaGuardia 7. Coney climb, right turn to 180, intercept the 043 inbounds, 223 course, 232 intercepting, then on the 223. And I have a couple of above, which are not an issue. And you also have to maintain 250 if you're going over Lana, which we eventually are, until 11. Yeah, a little disappointed with my yoke flying around like that, honestly. So here we are at 9. Maintain the 223 outbound. We are not cleared direct Lana yet. We're cleared on the Coney climb. I made a mistake last time of going direct Lana, and I think it messed up the profile, and I stopped getting my transmissions came in really late. And remember, they did warn us that we're going to be expecting to intercept the Pottstown 059. By the way, if you take a look here, look at that. We're still
Delta 540, turn right heading 300 and contact the New York Center 127.6. I see you.
Right 300 and New York Center 127.6. Yeah, Delta 540. All right, 300 heading select. Heading select, get that turn started. And the frequency should have been set already for me by my FO and the automation of FSI Panel 27.6. Nice. And departure Delta 540 heavy at 9,000. Right 300.
Delta 540 morning, climb 13,000 feet.
Good morning, up to 13,000 feet, Delta 540. All right, I'm going to start level change because remember it's 250 to 11, guys. And I can get rid of the VOR course now. Actually, what I should do is set up Pottstown, remember? So let's go VOR. Pottstown is 16.5. 16.5. You gotta go one way around because it's not letting me do it. Oh man. 16.5 and 239 inbound. That's our next clearance. they told us on our ATC clearance that we could expect. 16.5239. I'll let this guy go VOR. We're out of 10, so let's go. I wonder if that's an after takeoff. Let's check that out. I got that one. After takeoff, we did that. Is there 1 out of 10? All right, and we can turn off the landing lights and chime them by cycling the no smoking sign, right? Here we go. And turn these lights off. We're done. There's 13, and we can accelerate to profile climb speed. We're out of 11, so we can do that. And we just do it this way. Let's not do for 400. Here we go. And we're in auto on the climb. Climb power looks good. All right. So right now we are on a heading. We don't. They told us to expect Pottstown. We'll see what they do with us. There's a couple little things in here that make this a difficult one. 300, they expected to intercept the Pottstown, and we don't have that in here. There's Pottstown on the box. Let's set that up. So Pottstown, PTW slash, what do you say, the 059 at, I don't know, 40? No. PTW 059. I think that's 50. Let's put that in 50.
Delta 540, turn left heading 280.
Delta 540, left heading 280. Might be putting it in. I've got too much MD-11 in here. 280. So let's go back down here. And I think what we'll do is go direct. Oh, Pottstown for now, all right. And I'm going to put in PTW 059 at 40. There we go. See this depiction up here? Look at this. There we are. They told us we can expect the intercept the 059 inbound. So we've got the 239 set here, 16.5, and we've got it set up for visual depiction here. So what we can do is, I would probably intercept it on the rows, and if they give that to us, if they say direct line, we got to go back and redo that. But yeah. See how this goes. Fun. Nice job, JP. If you guys are enjoying this, don't forget to subscribe. Join the Discord too, if you wouldn't mind.
Delta cool. 540, climb flight level 220 and intercept radial 059 inbound Pottstown.
Delta 540, intercept, climb to 220 and intercept the Pottstown 059 radio inbound. All right, there's climb powers coming in, 220 set, profile climb, and we're watching down here. We've got a nice visual depiction of the 059, but we should probably, at least on one side, we would have had the would have had the raw data. So we got a 280 heading. We'll intercept way up here, and we're climbing out to 220. Eventually 300 going down to Atlanta. Pretty cool, FSI Panel 2020. Pretty cool. Yeah, I like that checklist thing. That one. What if this is landing lights on? Let's turn the landing lights off. Packs are definitely on. Oh, lineup flow. I guess the lineup flow you can determine if you want your landing lights on or off. Make sure I didn't just turn them on, right? Nope. Okay. That's cool. Learning together. Go outside, take a look. Got a ways to the, what do we got, about 5 miles to the intersection. Yeah, it's shake a pudding because I didn't have my deselected. Maybe I'll learn one of these days. All right, so we're getting pretty close to that course, right? So I'm going to go rows over here. And it says that's pretty much it. Let's go over here. Once we're established inbound, there's 2992. So set the altimeters, 2992, 2992, 2992, 19 for 22. And once I'm pretty comfortable with that, I'll be able to go direct Pottstown when this VOR is when I'm confident we're completely centered. It's showing us a little off. Here.
Delta 540, climb flight level 300, 300.
Climb flight level 300, Delta 540. Nope, new cruise altitude, I just accidentally clicked that. Go down here in it, do the powers of sims, right? It's 300. There we go. Sorry about that, box. All right, so that's pretty much on our course right there, right? Coming over. Let's go direct. Pottstown, that'll bring us on course. Pottstown's on our flight plan. I'll wait till we're really pretty much on it. There we go. Insert it and nav it. Looks good. All right, so we're going to go nav, increase the range as soon as we see Pottstown. There it is. And we're on course. So we're good. We're profile, nav, direct Pottstown. We are established on the 239 radial, 2059 radial, 239 course. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's level 3 right there. Some of these airplanes, but okay, that's it. Cruising on down to Atlanta. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Over here, typically we go to take a look at status. Looks good. If you want to go around the pages, you can. Make sure that your brake temps are all good. You can have a drag and brake, pressurization. It's good. You can if you want. Most guys don't bother. And ETA to Atlanta. Put it in. We're going to the 6:38 till go. It doesn't really have an ETA on here. Wonder if I can get this moved over a little. Do a little. No, it doesn't want me to do that. All right, there's Pottstown. Do a fuel fix. All right, that was fun. Come on, a VOR here, right? Out of VOR over here. Everyone's a winner. 30. Beautiful. I always like to try to keep the heading bugs slewed around. Good. Back outside, take another look. I wonder if we can get inside here a little. Take a look at the cabin. Nice job modeling these guys. Smart guys, man. Cargo holds, overheads. That's cool. Using my Xbox controller. And so if you haven't flown with me before, Father Time. I was Air Force Academy, Air Force. Got out of the Air Force in '87. I was T-37 instructor and tanker pilot, mostly T-37s. And then went on with the American Airlines 1987. I retired in 2023. I flew a lot of airplanes, 727 as a flight engineer. Then this thing for 5,000 hours as a co-pilot. MD-11 for a couple of thousand hours. Super 80 as a captain for 5 years, a couple thousand hours, check airman captain. Then I went to 76, 75 for 14 years. I went to 73 for a couple of years, which is at 800 in the max, so the NG in the max. And then I went to 777 my last 5 years. So it was mostly international. I flew out of LaGuardia on the Super 80 7.3, a little bit on the 7.5. We'd ferry airplanes over there, which is cool. 29 for 30 coming up. But mostly out of Kennedy and international. I've been to everywhere in the Caribbean, South America, Central America, Europe, all over Asia.
Yes, this is cockpit, go ahead.
Hi Captain, this is Jenny, one left. I have one passenger is complaining of chest pain and having difficulties breathing. I called the page for a doctor, we found one, and he's looking at the passenger right now. I will let you know how it goes. Right now he is under oxygen, and the doctor is making a diagnostic, so a diagnose, and I'll be able to let you know in a couple of minutes.
Okay. And we would say, well, thank you very much, Jenny. Keep you informed. And guys, what we would do immediately is we'd start looking at our alternates, and any kind of alternates that we could find. We would call dispatch, say, hey, how does it look? Let's say that they told us our closest alternate was DCA, which is Ronald Reagan, because we wouldn't want to go there with a 7,000-foot runway We probably wouldn't, to be honest. We'd probably go to Baltimore. But I know this profile, they want us to go 80 miles to DCA. We're at 30,000 feet. We're behind the power curve right away. We come in and we start looking at the approach plates and the weather into DCA. Airports, KDCA. There's one right here, right? And the weather here is not going to be accurate. What we're going to have to do is go down and we tune their ATIS, which is 2345.
4,000 scattered, 8,000 scattered, temperature 192.12, altimeter 29065. Expect visual approach runway 19.
Yikes.
Advice on initial contact, you have Washington Ronald Reagan Airport ATIS information Bravo.
Bravo. Alright, so that's Bravo.
Washington Ronald Reagan Airport ATIS information Bravo, wind 160 at 15, visibility 10, 4,000 scattered, 8,000 scattered, temperature 192.12, altimeter 29065, expect visual approach runway.
Alright, so we get Bravo if we need it. We're not praying in our box, guys. But sometimes we'll go back, he's okay, they're fine, continue on to Atlanta. We also have a position on call, so we contact our dispatch and they would phone patches to our physician on call, who a lot of times will give us advisements. At times that we have to divert, or if a passenger passes out, defibrillator is used, birth is taking place, excessive bleeding, uncontrolled bleeding, are some of them. Otherwise, it's up to the discretion of really the crew and the physician on call. But we would absolutely be planning right now to look at any kind of alternates that we could go to. We know Dallas is closed due to presidential traffic in there. I'll get that on our NOTAMs. Dispatch would have all that stuff for you. They would say, oh, yeah, this is that. And you don't want to go to Dallas, don't want to do this. Baltimore's closed, and you want to go into the DCA. So we know from our profile, that's where they're going to want us to go. But we would coordinate all this stuff with the physician on call, with the company dispatcher. They have the NOTAMs, the runways, the runway closures, everything you need to know, all sorts of external resources. But right now we're pressing on. Naturally, we can make the decision on our own just to divert. We could say, you know what? We're not continuing on with this guy. Let's get divert and put it back down into whatever, Baltimore or National, back to New York, whatever, rather than continue for the next hour and a half down to Atlanta.
Delta 540 over to Washington Center. The frequency is 13414. I will like.
Delta 540, Washington 3415 is here. Not even telling these guys, because we're not sure. There we go, 3415 is set. Thank you, FO. Washington Center, Delta 540, flight level 300.
Delta 540, Washington Center, good morning. Your radar contact, fly direct Casanova VOR. This is Charlie, Sierra, November.
Direct to Casanova, Charles Sierra, November for Delta 540. All right, so we got a flight plan. Casanova, direct, insert, and make sure we're still in nav, and we're in nav. Match the heading. Good. Here she comes.
Oh yes, this is cockpit, go ahead.
Hi Captain, again Jenny 1 left. The doctor strongly advised us to divert the aircraft as soon as possible, as it is probably a heart attack. So the doctor says we should be on the ground within half an hour if we want to have a chance to save the passenger.
Okay, copy. And Washington, Mayday, Delta 540. And so, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, and then KDCA, we would be talking to Delta. They didn't answer us because we were limited right now. KDCA, just like this. Return. And it's going to go heading, and we would get a Mayday call right now. And we're hoping that this guy, see, it's a little bit unrealistic here because we would be setting up our divert already, and they will be vectoring us. Let me see. Washington Delta 540, Mayday.
Delta 540, Mayday is copied. Turn left heading 220 and descend flight level 180. Expect vectors for river visual approach runway 19 at Ronald Reagan. No speed restriction.
Delta 540 left heading 220, no speed restriction. Descend and maintain flight level 180 for Ronald Reagan. All right, guys, so there we go. Level change 220, 180. We're going to go here to 312. No speed restriction. It's important not to go crazy here. You can hurt the airplane, hurt people, but we're going to 220 heading. Let's get the box set up for river visual. We are descending. Remember, if you remember, we're only 39 miles. Let's get the speed brakes out and let's get down. Takeoff approach. That's all good. Flight plan, ECA would be helpful. RNAV 19 because they don't have the visual in here. RNAV 19, Fergie, and they have to select their arrival, guys. Won't let you do it here. This, and I'm going to go down to Fergie, direct Fergie. Just get it kind of set up there. And we'll kind of will tell us where we are in our profile. So that little arc tells us where we are for 18. They give us no speed restrictions, means we can do above 250 below 10. Now remember, you don't want to get going too fast. So we make a PA. We come back to the overhead. After landing, they don't do any of this after takeoff. Nope, there's no checklist there. But we would come up here, we'd start getting our lights on. We are going to be landing fast, loaded up, right? We make a PA to the people. I'll tell you how to do that in a second. Wing lights on, that's all good. Taxi lights all on. Takeoff lights are on. And I'd say, ladies and gentlemen, it's Father Time. We are descending into Washington Ronald Reagan Airport. We should be landing with about 15 minutes. Please follow the flight attendant's directions. They'll be in a big hurry to get the aircraft prepared for landing.
Delta 540, continue descent, 9,000 feet, altimeter 2965.
2965 down to 9,000 for Delta 540. All right, 2965, guys. Let's go, Delta. Here we go. This, 2965. The reason for our divert, ladies and gentlemen, is we have a medical situation on board the aircraft that warrants us getting medical attention as quickly as possible. So we just ask you to cooperate with
Delta 540, I see you're a bit high. Turn right heading 320 and for further instruction contact Potomac approach 119.85. Good landing.
Okay, right heading 320, descending to 9,000, approach 1985. Thanks for your help for Delta 540. So most important thing, fly the airplane, 320. There we go, 9,000. Speed brakes are out. Altimeter is out of 18. 2965 3 times. 1985. Atomic approach information. Bravo for Delta 540. Mayday aircraft. Turning right, heading 320, descending to 9,000.
Delta 540, Potomac approach. Good morning. You are identified. Descent 5,000 feet. Altimeter 2965. Expedited descent. And expect a left turn to Fergie in around 2 to 3 miles.
Send to 5,000, we'll expedite 2965 for Delta 540, thank you. Alright guys, so here's my feelings on this, alright?
Delta 540, turn left heading 140.
Delta 540, left heading 140. Don't get yourself behind, alright? So, heading select, all the way over to 140. In other words, yeah, they give us high speed, and the passengers, we want to get them on the ground as quickly as possible. It doesn't help them at all. We got a 250 in the window. We're slowing. We're out of 10. They gave us permission. Flight attendants prepare for landing. Don't worry about the speed right now, right? They gave us permission to accelerate. Delta 540 would like to go, let's see, this way. It dumped Elvis, didn't it? Go direct. Fergie. There it is. Direct Fergie, so we're doing okay. We're hustling down though, guys, and we better get the approach reviewed. Approach, a DCA approach. It's the RNAV visual, river visual. And basically Fergie at 3, fly down the river, 1800, turn final at 9, 1500 over the reservoir down here. You see that reservoir? 1500, it's a good one. So Fergie at 3, follow the river, reservoir at 1500, and the bridge at 900. All right, okay, let's try that. It's a Yahoo, baby. We're gonna get down in time, yeah. So we got 5 in the window. The book tells us we're gonna be down to 5.
Delta 540, descend at 3,000 feet, proceed direct to Fergie, and you're clear, river visual 19.
Delta 540, direct Fergie, descend to 3,000 feet, clear the river visual 19. All right, guys, so we're hustling here, aren't we? Let's go direct, Fergie, insert, panel, nav, direct. All right, guys, gotta know how to turn on the flight director here too, because I'm probably gonna do that. Take a look outside. We got 5 to 3. Here we are. Hustling on in, doing the best we can for these people. Tough stuff. Shut the pudding. All right, 4 for 3. So I'm going to start slowing it on down for Fergie, all the way back to 180. Probably 210. It's fine. I'm going to get some slots extended. There's 3. Get the old spoilers coming back up. I'm going to arm them for landing. Short runway, medium brakes. There's 3. There's Fergie. Yikes. And Gretz set.
Delta 540, contact tower, frequency 119.1.
Delta 540, 1910. Thanks, Jim. Tower, Delta 540 for the river visual, 19.
Delta 540, the wind is 170 at 13 knots, runway 19, clear to land, and please stop on the runway and shut down the engine. Fire brigade and assistance will meet you directly at the aircraft.
Delta 540, cleared the river visual, and we'll stop on the runway, copy. River visual 1800, okay, so we can start down at Fergie. If you go to the RNAV GPS, RNAV approach, right here, Gertz is at 1700. That's a good indication. So here we are. I'm going to put this all the way down, and I'm going to go vertical speed. And I'm going to go down about 700 feet per minute, 1,000 feet per minute. Gear down. And I'm leaving the nav, guys. And Gertz is at 1700, which is way up here. So maybe, yeah, I'll just kind of do that manually. It's good to know Gertz is at 17, right? And we should use flaps 30, 40, 132 is going to be our final. Okay, landing flaps are set. Gear is down. Go all the way down the flaps. Get our speed coming back. 132 is our speed. There's 2,000. Keep the descent going down. Go all the way down to 0 now. And there's the runway out there. I'm going to turn off the flight director. And I'm going to turn off the autopilot. And I want this not to do that. Gear, oh, come on now, guys. That would really stink if that didn't work out. So 900 feet over that bridge. There's the reservoir. Remember, 1,500. There's the airport out there. All right, gears down, flaps down. Bringing it on home. They want us to stop straight ahead. Maintain the 1,000. Remember the river visual. It said to maintain 900 over the Key Bridge, which is right over here. 900. We're about 900. I think that's 900 over here. Okay. 138. Got gear down, flaps down. Flaps 30. Spoilers are armed. What could go wrong? There's the runway over there. Maintaining over the river. And they want us to stop straight ahead. This is a blast. Not easy though. No man. No man. 7,000 foot runway, so we don't want to dilly-dally. We just don't want to get shot down. Let's not go over the... Got white over white right now in the VATSIM. Red over white. If anything, I want to undershoot a little bit. Don't want to end up in a Yahoo situation. Sink rate, there's our glide path right about in there. Put the aim point in the bottom third of the windscreen, about a quarter of the windscreen. Little red over red, but we're okay. Short runway.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Put it down, Cap.
5.
Okay. Coming on the brakes, coming on the reverse. Stop straight ahead. We definitely want to tell the people to remain seated. I'm going to park the brakes. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain, remain seated. We're going to have some vehicles meet the aircraft. Remember what they
Delta
told
540, the wind is 170 at
right,
13 knots,
let's go back
runway
up
19, clear to land, and please
I
stop
just
on the
repeated the
runway and shut down the
instructions,
engine. Fire brigade
Start
and
the
assistance
engines.
will meet you directly at the aircraft.
All right, parking check after landing checklist. Let's do this. We're going to go lights out. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to go shut down the engines, APU starting. We want to get them out here.
Hi guys, JP, well done, you saved his life. So we are on the ground and safe. I hope you enjoyed this scenario. Any comment, please feel free to drop it in the Discord channel or in the forums. See you next time and stay safe. Bye-bye.
All right, very cool, guys. And there you go. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll send it to JP. He'll probably publish it. It was a good one. Father Time is out. See you later.